It's unfortunate that we sometimes overlook small details. While that is the nature of life, some of those minute details can make all the difference in the world. Such is the case of this 1881 store receipt from the Moody's Chapel or Nix community. Over 140 years later, this seemingly insignificant receipt can tell a great story of history and genealogy. I want to thank the person that shared this with me. Their thoughtfulness allowed for the story of this receipt to be told. This receipt shows the individual items and their corresponding price throughout 1881. It provides insight into what a local family might order through the year. The receipt begins on February 24th, 1881. The receipt is to a C.D. Burton and or John Nix. The first item recorded is 75 pounds of meat for $9.38. This is followed by some flour and 10 pounds of coffee for $2.50. That doesn't sound so bad considering over a half pound is $5.78 in today's price. Since the receipt includes some names, let's explore the individuals behind this receipt. John Henry Nix was born at Pickens County, South Carolina in 1852. He was the son of Tyre Nix and the grandson of Jennings Nix. Odds are, if you're a Nix from the Altoona area and your family has been here for generations, you're a descendant of Jennings through one of his sons. John Henry married Eunice Inman, which was also a common surname prior to the creation of Altoona. The couple had a whole host of children. John is found on the 1880 census, 1 year prior to the creation of the receipt. This census shows the Nix family residing in Township 12, Range 3, which correlates to what we know as Warrior Valley, Moody's Chapel, or Nix. He was in household number 46, while his occupation was a farmer. Reviewing Etowah County deed records reveal a parcel attributed to John and Eunice was found between 1875 and 1902. This parcel is located off the southeast corner of Warrior Valley and Buzzard Rock Road intersection and was bordered by the Locust Fork River on its backside. The map gives a general idea of its location and distance from Altoona. John passed away on May 23, 1902 and was buried in Moody's Chapel Cemetery. C.D. Burton was also found on the receipt. Charles Dillard Burton was born in Georgia on January 23, 1855. He came to Alabama with his family where he married Emma Sneed. As expected, Charles Dillard is also found on the 1880 census in Warrior Valley, Moody's Chapel, or Nix. In fact, he is found on the next page from Jennings Nix, 6 houses down as household number 52. Like Nix, he was also a farmer. Also like Nix, Burton was also found within deed records. This map gives a general idea of the location of his property and its distance from what would later become Altoona. When adding the Nix property to the map, it becomes quite clear that the two families lived in close proximity. Sometime in the late 1880s or early 1890s, Burton relocated to Cherokee County, Alabama. He passed away on January 22, 1905 at age 49. He was buried in Hebron United Methodist Church Cemetery in Center, Alabama. Since the census a year prior to the receipt lists both Nix and Burton as farmers, it's clear that neither one was the business owner or selling products to the other, and that they were both joint holders on the receipt. Is it possible to figure out who owned the store that sold the men the goods? Bradstreet's Book of Commercial Ratings was a publication by the Bradstreet Company, a credit reporting agency. The book provided credit ratings and financial information on businesses, helping creditors assess the creditworthiness of companies. It was widely used by merchants, bankers, and investors to evaluate the financial stability of firms before extending credit or engaging business transactions. The earliest entry of a business at Nix was in 1883, 2 years after the receipt. This record shows that J.M. Moody owned a general store in the community. James Marion Moody was born in Warrior Valley on March 11, 1852. He was the son of Wiley Moody. Like Jennings Nix, if you live in the Altoona area and have the last name of Moody, it's likely that Wiley is the patriarch of your family. James Marion married Adeline Gilliland and had 9 children. Here is a photograph of James Marion and Adeline Moody holding one of their young children. Like Nix and Burton, the Moodys also appear on the 1880 census in Warrior Valley. Although he is listed several pages from Nix and Burton, his occupation is listed as dry goods merchant, revealing that he owned a store several years prior to his appearance on the Bradstreet Record. Likewise, he is the only merchant listed on the 1880 census for this area. Deed records reveal that he owned property near the intersection of Moody's Chapel and Warrior Valley Road. Adding Nix and Burton's property to the map shows the location of the distance between the men. Unfortunately, Moody was afflicted with some health issues. J.M. Moody will start to Hot Springs, Arkansas for his health in about 2 weeks. Gadsden Times, July 31st, 1884. J.M. Moody of Nix, this county, is at Hot Springs, Arkansas for his health. He is afflicted with rheumatism. Gadsden Times, August 28, 1884. Shortly after returning from Arkansas, he passed away at age 32 on September 15, 1884, and was buried in Moody's Chapel Cemetery. Based on this, the receipt is likely between Moody and his customers of Nix and Burton. This study reveals why a simple receipt may seem insignificant, but the details found within can lead to quite a historical and genealogical journey. Like the old saying goes, don't forget the small details.